Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Waves theory and provide multiple scenarios your price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Today we're going to be starting the count from these lows of around June 18th on 2022. Since then again we had the bear and the bull scenario. Starting with the bear here, we had a possible three-way structure here, three ways here into X and then three ways into wave Y, creating a WXY here on higher time frame. This is very much of a possibility. The likeliness of this count goes way up if we take out these lows. Again, there is a bullish option which I somewhat prefer because again it looks pretty good. This would be a 1-2, then we would have this as a 3, 4 and 5 into an A wave. This is the only bullish option we have here. Bitcoin does not have this as it has taken out its June's lows already, but again both of them can climb correctively even if they both take out these lows, creating an expanded structure. So again, if we take out this does not mean that we can't climb anymore, that world is ending. It just means that, okay, this is not a five-way structure, this is not a start of something, right? In the middle we have this, which again fits into the both, because again we are either looking for a B wave that is remaining above this or a B wave that takes out these lows, so it does not really matter overall. On this both, or this fits into the both scenarios. So how we are going to be labeling this is a three-way structure here into W, ABC into X, and then I've labeled this as in a five-way structure. Then we would be looking for wave B here, potentially coming back to the 0.5 or golden pocket, where we start to have some kind of structural not support but resistance, and then we could be running down again. Again, that is the higher time frame vision here, doing something like that. 1-to-1 would be in time would be around the 13th of December, and in price it would be around $871. Again, that would be something like this. But again, the 1-to-1 in time and price doesn't need to be met. They are just more of a guideline. This is very same action as well as the channel here. The channel presents some trend lines that most other people are using as well. The time analysis here is just telling about how we are comparing this wave W against the wave Y here, and again, of course, they need to be meeting with one of the channel trend lines, because again, that is math. But yeah, that is that. The overall idea here is that we are creating one more low here after creating this B wave of micro, and yeah, that is that. Then we should be getting up higher, right? Now let's dive into the smaller timeframes in 1 hour time frame and taking a look at the possibilities here. So the overall idea has been that we had a three-way structure here for A wave, then some kind of ABC structure for B wave, and now we would be looking for that C wave. There are multiple different ways to interpret this. There was also a possibility in Bitcoin where we would have this as a three-way structure. This would be becoming a second three-way structure, and then we would have another three-way structure. And at that point again, we will be looking for a higher price. This is again something that I did not chart here on ETH, because again we do have somewhat of a good looking structure in here, and we might be looking at higher prices according to these counts. But again, just know that that is still a possibility. So on this count again, after the B wave was put in place, I've labeled this as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A wave. This was the original idea how I would have labeled these, and again, then we would have wave B, very short retracement, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating a zigzag pattern with a diagonal at the wave C. This would lead us the only possibility that we would have if we are still looking at this as an ABC, where this would be a wave 1 in a diagonal, because again, the targets that we have here and the subdivision is a three-way structure. After that point, we would have a three-way structure here into the lows. The issue with this one is that this more looks like a five-way structure due to the fact that we have that divergence here. I have another count that would explain that a bit better, but for now we're just going to be dealing with this. So again, wave A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in C. That is still possible, and it's not even that bad looking, so that is all fine. Then we would be shifting that trend line over there, and now we would be looking for that third wave. On the other count, I've gone through this structure here more closely, so we'll jump into that count as well. Now, overall idea here is that we would be creating a structure for that wave C, and at least taking out the highs of here of this A wave would be the goal here. Now the second idea here is that we again have this as an AB and then looking for that C wave. Instead of the wave 1 ending at these highs, let's actually zoom in a bit closer. Instead of the A wave ending at these highs, we could label this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this would be 3, 4, and 5. Inside here in the third, I would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then this would be the fourth, right? So again, it's a bit different labeling way than the other count where we would have this as a third, fourth, and fifth. You see that difference there. So we would have one more subdivision here, basically one more 1, 2 here at the start. So this is the way we can be actually labeling and getting this count to be fitting up in these highs that we have here at around the $1,214. This allows us also of having this as a three-way structure. This would be 3, 3, 3 up into these highs, pull back, and then 3. So this would be a WXY. And overall, this would be A, B, and then C. Within C wave, of course, we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with the divergence as mentioned before, that would really fit it pretty well. With this count, we don't hit the 0.5 retracements. We are very close to it, but again, that is something that sometimes happens. And with this count, or the way I've labeled it here, there is still a possibility where this is going to be getting an impulsive wave structure up higher. At the moment, the target for third wave would be around the 1.618, which would be around $1,384. That is kind of high in comparison to looking at these subwave structures. Let's take a look at those. I think we have to be acknowledging that there's multiple different paths here. Bitcoin had a 1-2-1-2 scenario where its wave 2 here on the lower degree was very much smaller. Here, this structure is actually very extended already beyond the 1.618, so we can't really have a 1-2-1-2 scenario, because again, this reminds us more of a third wave instead of another lower degree, smaller time frame wave 1-2, right? So it does not really make sense to have this as a 1-2-1-2. There is a way how we can be labeling this as the wave 1, where we would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would have that divergence here, but again, there is a possibility where this is again supposed to be smaller degree 3s and 5s, which would start from here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, not very clear. This would again bring us the wave 1 here, wave 2 very short and very shallow, not very typical for a wave 2, and then we would have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 into third, fourth, and fifth, and that would be the end of this structure. At that point, I don't think we would be seeing the 1.618 unless we are going to get some kind of extension of one of these legs. That is impossible to predict at this point. The other scenario is with these squiggly lines and arrows that I've drawn here, where this wave 1 would be up at these highs here. So 1, 2, again, wave 2 would be here, and the third wave would be up at these tops. This would be 1, 2, 3, and then this would be already a wave 4. Then we would be getting an extended wave 5, because again, the extension here onto the third wave is not, there is no extension into that possible third wave. So we could be expecting an extension on the fifth. So if I'm drawing it from a clean slate here, we would be expecting something like this, where this would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this would be put it orange for now. So again, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, third wave has got into the 1.618 extension here, and we would be expecting a fifth extending, because again we did not have an extension there on the third, and we have some of these targets here. At the moment we are right around the 1.618, 1-to-1, so we could be targeting the 1.618 for this fifth. At this point, again, this would need to be extending. However, we already do have an extension here on the third. As we are measuring this here, we can see that we are well beyond the 1.618, so around the 2.618, yeah. So again, I would not really concentrate on that. So instead I would be comparing this wave 1 here, and once the wave 4 ends, we would be looking at some of the 1-to-1 extension targets here, which would be around $1,300 as the main target. Let's actually put up these here. I do think that should be fine. $1,300 to 13 and 10. So that would be an area of interest. Now, again, as wave 5 has extended, we don't see a divergence between the third of third and the third of fifth. So again, that is something that we need to acknowledge. As we have taken, or if we take out the highs on price, we should be getting some kind of divergence here, and down we go, if this indeed is the right count. I just wanted to present both the counts for you, so you can understand if we are starting to pull down. I definitely will be taking a short position here. If it is turning into a scalp, then that's it. And then I would be looking for take profit first at the previous lows of wave 4, and then leave like probably half of that position going down if that is the case. And that is just the plan I'm going to do. So again, setting alarms above this so I can get notified when that happens. This wave 4 at the moment does look like it is a three-way structure, 3 waves like here as well, 3 waves, 3 waves, and now we would be looking for possible 3-way structure taking out these lows, and possibly even looking for a scalp long here upwards if I have the time and got the right timing for it. But yeah, I think that is pretty much the scenarios that I'm looking for ETH on at the very moment. Again, it is a bit different than Bitcoin, so they don't have the perfect correlation, so definitely be aware of that. But I think that is going to do it for now. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video. Bye bye.